So we're about to walk into AfrAId. How excited are you, Jared?
AfrAId.
Yeah, this could be another Megan.
Yeah, I think, did you like Megan?
No.
Okay, me neither.
No.
A lot of people liked it because it was so stupid. It was fun. Like, it was funny. I remember being in the theater for Megan and people like laughing. Yeah. And me being like, is that what this is for? Is this supposed to be a comedy? Like, whoever thought this premise was a good, like, premise in 2024.
Let's make one thing clear.
Yeah.
We're walking into this expecting the worst thing ever. Because I want to see a bad film. I'm excited. I really am.
I definitely would have been expecting the worst thing ever if you told me about it. There are like 2 shots in the trailer that I'm like,
I don't know.
Interesting.
I'm worried.
Yeah, I'm not excited for it, but there are 2 things specifically in the trailer that I'm like, okay, not what I expected, not the route I expected them to go with this premise, but hopefully it's surprisingly good. Well, I don't know, we'll see.
Let's see, Jeremy Johns, we both love, respect.
Love him.
Posted a 3-minute review. Doesn't usually post 3 minutes. And then 3C Films, one of the nicest guys I know as a reviewer.
I don't watch him.
Oh, he's been. Whew. It's not a good day for this movie. Not to mention the fact that, to my knowledge, I don't know if you either, but I haven't seen many reactions reviews until just now, when the film just came out.
Yeah, I don't like go looking for them, but a lot of times I'll see them on Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen anything about this movie.
And I heard 2 words: hilariously awful.
Kind of like what happened with Megan.
Yeah.
It was so bad, people started laughing at it.
Well,
and I don't even know if that's why people were laughing at it.
It's like if you try to do a Michael Myers movie, but you nerf him and you don't do anything with him.
Yeah.
What are you expecting?
Like a rating?
Rating wise,
okay.
And what are you expecting? Are you expecting good horrors?
I'm expecting a 5 out of 10. I'm expecting not to be scared. Movies haven't really scared me this year, aside from a few. I don't think I'll be scared. I think the performances are going to be pretty bad from, there's a lot of child actors in here.
I've heard one thing. I've heard that the characters and the side characters are great.
Oh, cool.
It's just what it was is that basically they baked in this AI horror aspect and it doesn't work.
Sure.
When it focuses on the AI, what we use on a daily basis,
yep,
it's solid. When they try to do jump scares, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't expect to be scared or even surprised by what happens in the film. I think they're gonna go pretty bland, pretty vanilla, but
pretty generic.
We'll see. I'm expecting a 5 out of 10.
3.
Okay.
3 out of 10. I'm going to be rating this based on how bad it is, by the way. I'll do two ratings, of course, either the good scale and the bad scale, but I'm expecting this to be so bad. It's good. It's like say we're like at a New Year's Eve party. It's like, Darren, brother, we're both kind of, in a mood. Let's watch something that's just terrible. Let's just rip the shreds. Let's use our critic brains to just boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, hopefully I do find some entertainment in it.
Oh, also, your top 3 horrors before we go. Your top 3 horrors.
Can I pull it up real quick?
Sure.
So my top 3 horror. Do you count Strange Darling as a horror film?
No, I don't count slashers.
But I loved Strange Darling and he did not. But that would be my number 2.
Okay.
My number 1 favorite horror film is actually A Quiet Place.
Over Alien Romulus?
I loved A Quiet Place. I think it's the best A Quiet Place. And number 2 favorite would be Longlegs.
Okay.
And number 3 would be Oddity. And then if I had to pick a 4th, it would be Alien Romulus.
That third act was good, though.
It was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
So, we'll be John's second with our quick after reaction in 2 seconds. Peace. So, we just saw AfrAId. How'd you feel about it?
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Pretty bad?
Yeah.
I think we're all actually mixed on this one. I would say this. The first act was solid. This is the problem with the film. It's not meant to be a horror film. I think we can all agree with that. It's not meant to be horror. Like it's like this. You have interesting concept, interesting characters, interesting The studio just like come in. Hey, Jaren, you know the AI you're working on, by the way? Yeah, put some jump scares in there. Just a couple of cheap ones. And the plot you're working on, we want you to scrap that and add more interesting characters. And we want you to add things that don't make any sense or anything. You got that? Make a cash grab while you're out, okay? Yeah. That's what you get. Because they're just, I don't know. Like to me, the first act was solid, was good. It was like, okay, this is the great part about AI. It was intriguing. It was interesting. I was locked in. I was like, okay, cool.
I was too.
But then we get some try to do jump scares things. It's like, nah. And the ending, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna agree or disagree, but it fell flat in its face.
Yeah, it was like,
what?
Really, you're going with
that direction?
That? It just seems like...
And then just like I said, the writing just didn't make any sense. It was forced to go a different direction it wasn't supposed to go through. That makes sense, There's a lot of solid good parts in this film. Is this the worst horror film we've seen this year? No.
No.
No, it's not.
I don't think it deserves the terrible ratings it's
No,
getting.
no.
I enjoyed it. Overall, I enjoyed it. And I know I liked it more than you guys. And I might get my, film fan card revoked for saying this. I thought it was good. I thought it was generally a good movie. I agree the ending is kind of, it's ambitious for sure. But it's also simultaneously really stupid.
Yeah. Because it doesn't make any sense.
No, and the script isn't the movie's strong point.
No.
I think I really liked the performances. Catherine Watterson, I thought she was really good at it.
I saw agree. Yeah.
The mom?
Yeah, she sold it for me.
Yeah,
there's.
And the little kid was good too. There's not like
I
terrible acting.
I will say as much. The characters are interesting. They really are. Like, they actually give us something to do in this show. It's not just a generic mom, dad, and a family. It's like they all have their own specific subplots, own quests to go off of. That makes sense.
And I think it poses like interesting dilemmas with AI.
Yeah, you kind of care for each one of the family members. In their own way. The teenage girl went through the stuff she went through. Your heart broke for her. You saw give her revenge. Like, oh shit, girl.
That was such a good scene.
Calm down, girl. And the little boy going through stuff with the boys and such. And the little kid, like, okay, cool. It was like the opposite of like the Watchers.
Oh, God.
You identified with them, you cared for them in a sense, and like the movie's ending wasn't really an ending.
No.
It was like it's a continuation of something else.
That doesn't matter, doesn't make sense, we don't care about. Like, to me, the intro part of this movie, I feel like you could have gotten rid of completely.
The what?
The intro.
Really?
Like, not the first act. Not the first act. Before we get the title screen.
Sure.
Before we get introduced to the actual... don't get me wrong.
But
the first part is interesting, but because to me it doesn't add to the rest of the puzzle.
I think that's the best horror moment of the whole movie is the beginning, and it's not that great. I think every time it tries to be a horror film, it's not great. There are some like creepy elements that it's like, oh yeah, AI's kind of creepy, like when it messes with people's faces and stuff like that. Like that's creepy in real life. So it kind of translates a little bit, but when it tries to go full out horror with the jump scares and everything, that's not this movie's strong suit.
Right.
At all.
I will say this much too. This is not a bloody gory film by any means. One scene, literally, that's all you're really gonna get. These are the advantages of AI and the disadvantages of having AI around. That makes sense, But as far as people say this is the worst thing that's come out this year,
I enjoyed it, and it's only 80 minutes. It's only an hour and 20 minutes of your time. And for me, I enjoyed all.
I did too.
Of it.
I didn't complain once.
And you missed one of the best scenes of the whole movie.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
You did.
Oh.
You missed. I was like.
It was like as soon as you left.
As soon as you left.
It
was like boom, bang, bang.
Oh, man, he's missing it.
I will say as much. I was wrong. It's not as bad as they make it out to be. But again, take the horror out of this. Make this into a mini TV series.
I don't even know, cause whatever. I mean, if you wanted to make it like an anthology.
I was let me say that.
With different families.
Say that anthology.
Sure, but I don't know. I think it gave us all it had.
Yeah.
I think there's anything more in this premise.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
Would you come back and watch this to end?
I would watch it again. It wouldn't be at the top of my list, but if somebody was like, "Hey, I'm interested in seeing this movie. Let's do a movie night with this movie," I'm not gonna complain because there's a lot to like about it. I think.
But it's like I said, not a horror film.
No.
Not a horror film.
If you grade it as a horror film, it's obviously a 3 out of 10.
Here's my question. Would you buy an Aya?
No.
I kind of would.
No.
I kind of would. Even after the bad things, I think the advantages of the beginning, I'm like,
no,
I would kind of sell
because there's always a
Aya.
thing of always having too much information you don't need.
It's true. They made it sound really good at the beginning.
They really did. I mean, there was I have one specific, and I'm not gonna give details, but they know what I'm talking about. There's one scene I really love, how a character is walking down as Aya's helping them out.
In the slow motion scene?
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was cool.
Yeah. Whenever it started happening, like
You
slow motion, I was like, this is a pretty cool scene.
Yeah,
I'm
with
really
the
enjoying
revenge.
it. Yeah.
So
it's pretty cool.
Final thoughts. What's your final verdict, Dad?
Don't see a theater. Dream it.
Yeah.
Definitely worth a watch.
Yeah.
Final score, I give it 6.5.
Okay.
Because it's not the worst thing ever. It's not a horror movie.
No.
But it's really a solid movie.
It's so interesting to me. It's so intriguing. You?
I thought so too. I was intrigued the whole way. Whereas I think the ending is kind of bad.
Yeah.
We all agree.
The third act specifically.
But with that being said, a lot of movies can't really stick the landing in like a meaningful way, and I think that this just tries something really ambitious and it doesn't hit for me, but still I enjoyed the whole movie, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 to be honest.
Okay. Well, let me do this one thing before I give my verdict. Like I said, we did this the last time. Let's give two cons each, because we've been praising it the whole time. We've been giving it some okay in there, but two cons from me. What did you not like?
The ending.
Yeah, but besides the ending, what else?
So I can't speak about a specific element of the ending without spoiling it.
Okay,
something else is the script.
Okay.
The script is bland. The script might have been written by AI. Like
that's a thought. That's
some
a
of
theory.
the dialogue, but it's not great. But
Yeah.
Well, besides the ending, obviously.
Yeah.
I thought the middle child, his story could have fleshed out more with him.
Yeah.
They focused a lot on the oldest and the youngest child, and all about them, but the middle child, not really a whole lot going on with him.
That's a good point.
I agree.
And it was kind of like, it was really odd. There's so much time devoted to those two, but not the middle child. A lot also devoted between the mother and her father.
Yeah.
But we know nothing about the father of the family.
I agree. Yeah. I was gonna say that there was not much.
And like in his family, was he hatched out of an egg?
Yeah. I agree.
And like we know nothing about him besides he works for the marketing company or anything. It was kind of off balance with that.
I agree. Yeah.
Unbalanced.
Also, too, without giving it away, I kind of wish we got a little more conflict between the couple itself, without spoiling it, because if it played too safe in my eyes,
Sure.
it feels like, if you don't mind, it's like seeing you and Anna fight, and then the next scene I mention it, you're just like, oh yeah, we're good.
That's true.
I wish that I would have seen more y'all argue, yell, and then resolve in a meaningful manner that makes sense.
That's true.
Versus just she says one thing to you, oh you're a tool, cool. Next scene, I love you. Like that was to me like, okay, we could have done more.
What you want to see is a natural progression.
Yeah. And like I said, so I will give this film a 6 out of 10.
Cool.
6 out of 10.
Okay.
Again, don't watch the theaters. Watch from comfort your own home.
Maybe go in with lower expectations like we did.
Yeah.
Because we came out of it really enjoying it.
Just be ready to just learn some new stuff, but not horror aspect at all. 2 jump scares did get me. I don't know about you.
One of them got me.
Yeah.
One of them got me.
One did too. Not all close. We were pretty it was like the whole movie, no jump scares.
Yeah.
Right.
Boom, it gets you. It's like it's out of nowhere.
Right.
Yeah. So as always, like and subscribe for more. See y'all next one. Peace.
Yes.